My name is Amanda. I am 38 years old. I am married to a man named Michael. Michael is 42 years old. We have been married for 10 years. Our life was quiet, but it made me happy. We lived in a small apartment in the city. It was simple, but it felt like home. From our window, we could see a busy street and a small cafe on the corner. Michael worked for a transport company near the airport. His job was demanding. Every day, he managed schedules, drivers, and deliveries. Sometimes he came home tired. But he always smiled and said, "Everything will be worth it one day." I worked at a dental clinic. I greeted patients, arranged appointments, and helped them feel comfortable. I liked my job because I enjoyed talking to people. We had a routine. Every morning, we woke up early. Michael made coffee, and I prepared breakfast. In the evening, we cooked dinner together and shared stories about our day. We had one important rule: honesty. We believed that trust was the strongest part of our marriage. But 1 month ago, something began to change. At first, it was small. Michael started waking up earlier than usual. Sometimes I found him sitting quietly in the living room before sunrise. He looked serious, lost in thought. "Is everything okay?" I asked one morning. "Yes," he replied quickly. "Just thinking about work." But his answer felt incomplete. A few days later, I noticed something else. Michael began using his laptop late at night. He sat at the table, typing quietly. When I walked into the room, he sometimes closed the screen quickly. That was not like him. One night, I sat beside him and asked, "What are you working on?" "Just some extra tasks," he said. "Nothing important." But I could feel that something was different. The feeling inside me grew stronger every day. One evening, while we were having dinner, Michael looked distracted. He barely touched his food. "Michael," I said softly, "you seem far away." He looked at me and forced a small smile. "I'm just tired," he said. But I knew my husband. Something was not right. A few days later, I visited my friend Ellen. Ellen lived in the same building. She was kind and always gave good advice. We sat in her kitchen, drinking tea. After a few minutes, she looked at me and said, "Amanda, what's on your mind?" I sighed and told her everything. Michael's behavior, the late nights, the quiet mornings. Ellen listened carefully. When I finished, she said something simple but powerful. "Sometimes," she said, "people don't share things because they are afraid of failing." Her words stayed in my mind. Afraid of failing? That evening, I returned home with many thoughts. Michael was already there. He was sitting on the sofa, holding his phone. He looked nervous. "Amanda," he said, "can we talk?" My heart started beating faster. "Of course," I said. He took a deep breath. "There's something I haven't told you," he said. I stayed silent and waited. For the past few weeks, he continued, I have been trying to start something new. Something new? I asked. He nodded. I want to open my own small business, he said. I blinked in surprise. A business? I repeated. Yes, he said. A delivery service. I've been planning it at night. That's why I've been busy. I was quiet for a moment. This was not what I expected. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. Michael looked down. Because I was scared, he said. What if I fail? What if I lose money? I didn't want to worry you. I felt many emotions at once. Surprise, confusion, and a little hurt. We promise no secrets, I said gently. I know, he replied. And I'm sorry. He looked at me with honest eyes. I didn't want to hide it forever. I just wanted to be sure first. I took a deep breath. Then I understood something. Michael was not hiding something bad. He was chasing a dream. And he was afraid. I moved closer to him. Michael, I said softly. You don't have to do this alone. He looked at me. We are a team, I continued. If you succeed, we succeed. If you fail, we learn together. His eyes softened. You're not angry, he asked. A little, I admitted. With a small smile. But I understand. He smiled. For the first time in many days. I really want to try this, he said. Then let's try it together, I replied. That night. We talked for hours. We discussed his ideas. We made plans. We talked about risks. And possibilities. For the first time in weeks. The distance between us disappeared. In the following days. Things felt different. Michael still worked hard. But now he shared everything with me. His ideas. His worries. His hopes. And I supported him. Because that is what partners do. Life does not always stay the same. Sometimes it changes suddenly. Sometimes those changes are scary. But they can also bring new beginnings. A few weeks later, Michael officially started his small business. It was not easy. But it was real. And we were building it together. One evening, as we sat by the window, watching the city lights, Michael held my hand. Thank you, he said. For what? I asked. For believing in me, he replied. I smiled. We promised, I said. No secrets. He laughed softly. Yes, he said. No secrets. And this time, we both truly meant it. If you enjoyed my story and want to improve your English listening skills while hearing more emotional, relatable stories like mine, I invite you to visit my YouTube channel. Learn all about English. On my channel, you will find emotional storytelling in simple English. Perfect for A1, A2 learners. Step-by-step listening practice. To improve comprehension. Vocabulary tips. And easy-to-understand moral lessons. Stories that teach life lessons. While helping you practice English. Click Listen and learn with me. Every story is an opportunity to improve your English and experience the world through someone else's eyes. Don't forget to subscribe and join our growing community of learners who love stories and English just as much as you do. Join now, and let's learn all about English together.